Yo, ich bin Nicola und ich habe hier The Ghost Inside bei mir sitzen. Guys, how do you put together your set list for festivals? Do you think about different things than when you do it for concerts?
Yeah, I think it's a little different because a festival like this, you know, unless you're like the headlining band, like you're going to be playing to a lot of new people. So you kind of have to cater your set list around your fans who are there to see you and, you know, play like the hits and the songs they want to hear. But you also have to you put your best foot forward and play songs that, you know, people who are maybe just passing by, like, oh, I hear this and I want to stop and check it out, or you know, good crowd interaction stuff that like maybe doesn't work in like a regular club situation, but appeals more to like a, you know, huge field of people. So you have to change it up a little bit. But I think our music is so open, like as far as like how the songs flow, how they are. It's just like a bunch of energy kind of going. So we don't have to put too much thought into it, but there are definitely some things that we have to pay attention to and make sure we do for festivals.
Which of these songs usually resonate best with the crowds?
Engine 45 always does great, but you know, we're adding a lot of new music into our set. So Germany will hear a song for the second time ever today.
How do you try to keep up the energy during your set?
Just interaction. Like as far as me, you know, I can't speak for everybody else, but being the singer, I try to like make sure I'm people who are looking up at the crowd. Like I make eye contact and like, you know, I smile and I see people singing along. I point to them or, you know, hand the mic out or, you know, just stuff to like make it that interaction, you know, because it is a different vibe at a festival than it would be at a, you know, a club show. And it's important for me growing up, going to shows and festivals and stuff like that, like having that interaction is what really makes a memory and what correlates to like, oh, like this band is special because they do this. And like, I like to be a part of that and I want to be a part of that. And that's something that as a singer, I try to do. I try to get people involved as opposed to just like standing up there, looking straight and just kind of like, you know, just putting on, you know, whatever. Like I like to like interact and vibe because I feel like that means more and it is more impactful that way.
Yeah, definitely. You released your new album Searching for Solace last year. How do these new songs fit into your set?
They're all over the set. We play, I think, half the new record at these festivals now, but it's gone over really well, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And it's it definitely, you know, adds more to our set. But then we're always going to have our classics in there. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun playing these new songs, and they go over great over here.
Nice. The last time you released your self-titled album, it was during the pandemic, so you couldn't really tour right away. This time around, you couldn't. You went straight into shows. How did that feel?
It was awesome, man. Like, you know, we put our self-titled record out in 2020 at the height of COVID. You know, like no one knew that was coming, and we had a scheduled release date. And when everything happened, we were like, should we pull it back and wait till the world opens up again? And then, you know, in our brains, we were like, no, like people need music now more than ever, you know, because they're gonna not have the interaction. They're not gonna have, you know, the shows and festivals, and they're not gonna have these things. So they need music to listen to keep them going, you know. So that was a conscious decision. And in retrospect, it did kind of suck because we weren't able to tour off these songs. Like the first time we played songs off the self-titled, the record had been out for a couple of years already. So it was weird being like, hey, this is a new song, but it's not new, but it is. It's our first time playing it. So with this one though, like the day the record came out, we started a tour in America. So it was really fun to be able to support a record again for the first time since 2014.
Yeah, we were so used to the COVID release that we were like, wait, this can just happen? We can just start playing new songs right away? Like, it felt almost weird.
Yeah. I can imagine, yeah. You've been basically on the road since you released the album. What is the most insane moment you had on tour?
Crazy bad. Okay, so we were in a really bad bus accident back in 2015, and it stopped our band for a while, and all kinds of stuff happened. I'm sure people know by now, but last year we were on tour, and our bus got into like a little mini accident, and it kind of like shook us all up, and it was kind of gnarly. But So that was a bad moment, but
it was on Halloween. We were leaving Austria to go to Italy, and everything went flying in the bus. Everything broke, glasses, all the dishes, and it shook everyone up. But then we also had a lot of really good moments. Last year we did an awesome tour with Parkway Drive. We did a great headline tour over here. We went to South America for the first time ever. Like, we had a lot of good stuff, and we had a couple scary things. Halloween was a little too real.
Yeah, it was very real.
Shit. Well, coming to a different topic, metalcore is reaching a more mainstream audience these days with bands like Bring Me the Horizon, Sleep Token, who are playing later today as well. Have you noticed any differences in your own concert crowds?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for a while we were kind of not pigeonholed, but like metalcore as a music, not even in Germany, because Germany has always been very accepting and very open of heavy metal music. Like it's always been the biggest it's ever been here in Germany. But like worldwide, we've been noticing like the crowds have drastically expanded between younger fans and then also older fans, like people who aren't a part of this scene, who didn't grow up going to, hardcore and punk and everything. Like, so you notice these people who are now getting into this coming from the hard rock world, and it's like it's a really cool experience to hear bands like you said, like Sleep Token, Bring Me the Horizon, Bad Omens, all these I Prevail, bands like that on the radio. Like we're going out and in your car and you hear bands like that, and it's like it's something that was only exclusive to, like I said, like Germany. Like it's always been big in Germany, but like now the rest of the world is like catching up with that, and it's really cool to see how far it can go, because this scene that we grew up in, that was very very not small, but like very like isolated and circled, and you see it growing, and it's a really cool thing, and I know some people are protective of it, and it's they like their little like niche, and they like their little like area, but it's awesome to see rock music doing really well again. Like Sleep Token put out even in Arcadia, and it was #1 in America. Like that's, for it to be a hard rock band to make a #1 record, it's like huge, with like pop stars and country and like all this stuff. It's like rock bands can do this again, and it's like it's really cool.
Yeah, and it just opens the door for everyone, and like you said, like bands like I Prevail, like they started they just released one of the heaviest songs ever, and it's cool that that's like the normal now, and it's great for bands like us.
Yeah, I can imagine. What is your current favorite album?
For me, it's going to be American Motorsports by Bill Murray. I'm obsessed. Like, me and Chris off camera have like listened to that like nonstop. So that's my current favorite record. But there's so many good ones. There's the New Architects record is really good. I know it's not new, but Polaris, Alpha Wolf has a new record out. It's really good. Like,
I'm excited for the new I Prevail record to hear more of it. We got a little sneak peek of it earlier this year on Shiprocked, and there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, Eric was able to play us a couple songs, and it's so good. So it's there's a lot to look forward to. I know we're halfway through this year, but there's still a lot of cool stuff coming out the rest of the year. So yeah, but for me, it's Bill Murray. It's just I'm obsessed with right now.
Awesome. Your new album, Searching for Solace, is also going into more of what people call more mainstream metalcore direction. What was the response to it like?
It's been really good, actually. It's. I mean, there's always going to be people who, whether you try to put out newer stuff and newer sounding stuff, or you try to expand in your genre, they're going to be opposed. And then there's people who, if you put out the same record that people love, like if you just do it again, they're like, oh, they haven't changed, this is boring, like da. So you got to be used to that's going to happen no matter what. But as far as the response, it's been overwhelming. Like, we play these new songs, we play Wash It Away, Death Grip, Earn It, like the three of the 4 singles we put out, and like they're the biggest songs of our set. And like it's wild to have a song like Wash It Away, which is like predominantly a singing song with, really like catchy stuff. And then, we play Earn It. It's just like a smash song the whole time. It's just like, or Death Grip, sorry, not Earn It. Death Grip is like a smash song, but it's like both of them react to the crowd like awesome. Like it's very, very good. And we're just having fun playing it, the kind of stuff. We're all older now. We're late 30s, early 40s. And, not too long ago, we almost didn't get a chance to do this band ever again. It almost stopped forever. And I think for us, like we're at a point now where we're like, we just want to put out the best stuff of our capability, because we almost didn't get to. We almost didn't get a chance to put out more stuff. We almost didn't get a chance to grow and evolve and try new things. And I think anybody who is going to try new things and try to expand and try to grow, it's always going to be met with some kind of resistance. And I think that it's important to just stay true to yourself and just make the most of what you can. And we're up here, we're the ones who have to live these songs and live this music day in, day out. And why would we not want to do the best things we can and stuff that we love and we're passionate about and stuff that we would listen to, if it wasn't our band. I think that's the most important thing, is to just love what we do, and we do. And people can be as involved as they want. And luckily it's been going very well.
Yep.
Great.
Europe, mainland Europe specifically, those songs caught on a lot quicker than anywhere else too. It's been great.
Awesome.
I know I've praised Germany a lot, but Germany really is like the Mecca of like any sort of heavy music, like worldwide. It's just like we look forward to coming here so often.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, we have a big metalcore scene. That's
you
true.
really do, man. Like I remember one time, this was like a long time ago. This was like 12, 15 years ago. I was in an Uber, or I was in a taxi or something, and someone turned on the radio, and this was like long before America was doing it, and I forgot what band it was, but it was like heavy metal music, like metalcore music on the radio. Like, dude, just turn on the radio, like, and it was on, and I was like, this is great. Like, people listen to stuff out here? He's like, yeah, this is like a big radio station out here. And I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, needs to be the rest of the world. And then the rest of the world finally caught up, so it's cool.
Taking a look at other bands, what is the best performance you've ever seen?
Oh my God. Sleep Token set last night was insane. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, obviously this is going to come out after that, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it is crazy, man. It is crazy. Their whole stage rig is wild.
The Parkway Drive tour we did in Australia was crazy, and you guys are going to get that,
in September, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to with that one.
Yeah.
Because I think they're adding more to their set too, which is already crazy.
I can't believe they're adding more. Yeah, we did the Australian leg of that tour, and it was mind-blowing, like astonishing how much stuff they did and they had. And it was like people who love Parkway. So I get it. But like, even if you weren't a Parkway fan, like watching it, you're like, this is crazy, like that a band can do this.
Yeah,
so
they push the limit, and they're great at pushing limits, and I think they're going to add more to their European tour. So you guys have a lot to look forward to with that one.
Yeah. Parkway and Sleep Token, I think, were the two bands that I've seen recently that have had like a huge production. The shows have just been like jaw dropping. So
yeah, I'm really excited.
Make sure you guys get a chance to watch them tonight. Even if you're not a Sleep Token fan, go watch it because it is crazy.
I saw some clips on it last night,
It's
and it looks
crazy.
insane. Before we wrap things up, name 3 bands. Any bands.
Just name 3 bands?
Just name 3 bands.
Let's do Polaris, and I'll do Terror, and I'll do Boundaries.
I will do Bad Omens, Bill Murray, Parkway Drive.
Okay, and now we're gonna do a quick round of Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. I can't do that.
You got it.
I can't do that. No, can I marry and fuck all my bands? I don't want to kill any of the bands. I love all those bands. I don't want to do it.
Well, I'll fuck Bad Omens because they're sexy baddie core.
That's true.
I'll kill Parkway Drive because I'm jealous of our big brothers, and marry Bill Murray.
Fair enough, yeah.
There you go.
That's all I have. Thank you.